Welcome to our presentation of Intrapersonal Communication. We are Team Arceus and we would together explain the concept of communicating with self or intrapersonal communication. During childhood, we used to laugh seeing cartoon characters talking to themselves and thought it would be some sort of illogical behavior. Least we knew that this was a form of communication.
Nobody likes me. I don't know why. I try, but I can't swim. I can't help it. I try. Nobody likes me. I wish I could swim.
So, how do we define intrapersonal communication? The communication with oneself is called intrapersonal communication. Well, simply when you think, analyze, pray, talk to yourself, scream, and write a diary dedicated, all are counted as communication with self or intrapersonal communication. The entire process takes place in the mind without externalization and interaction with outside world. But your teacher talking in an online lecture and you not responding will not be considered as intrapersonal communication. Anyway, why is there a need to communicate intrapersonally? We often need to clarify doubts, analyze our thoughts and memorize some important stuffs which are associated with oneself. Thus, actually we are always communicating with ourselves even in our sleep or even while daydreaming during lectures. There are three important aspects of intrapersonal communication: self-concept, perception, expectation. Self-concept. Evaluation of one's belief, value, and attitude is the perception one has of self or the self-concept. Self-concept is basically dependent on three factors. Beliefs. The basic personal orientation towards what is wrong or right are called beliefs. Values. The deep-seated ideals generally based on beliefs are called values. Attitude. The learned predisposition towards or against a topic or ideas that generate from values and beliefs is called attitude. Perception. The way how people interpret what is going around them is called perception. Expectation. These are future-oriented messages dealing with projections of status of priorities are expectations. Expectations to get pass marks or expectation of RCB winning the IPL are some.
Okay, now let's discuss the different levels of communication. Intrapersonal communication broadly has three levels of communication. Internal discourse. The first level of intrapersonal communication is internal discourse. This involves thinking, concentrating, analyzing, praying, and meditating inside your head. Solo vocal communication. The second level of communication is solo vocal communication. This involves talking to oneself. Usually, this mode can be seen when we rehearse a speech in front of a mirror or practice any excuse for not completing the assignment before facing the teacher. Solo written communication. The third level of intrapersonal communication is solo written communication. The practice of writing diaries and journals whereby you express yourself is called solo written communication. What are the various parties involved in this self-communication?
Oh, we look fantastic, and I mean really fantastic. Me interviewing me, that's what I call a great idea.
You and you. Yes, you are the only party here which acts as the sender as well as the receiver. The message is formed by you, encoded and transmitted by you. And the encoded message is again received, decoded, understood and feedbacked by you. So basically we now have a fair idea as to what this intrapersonal communication is. We all communicate with ourselves every time and hope after this slide you understand how important it is as a form of communication. Hope you have a good time talking to yourself and daydreaming. Until then, keep communicating and keep bridging, guys. Thank you and aloha.